Hello, this is Heather Thompson with Core Mobility Fitness, and this is Kelsey, and she is going to help me do the magic circle mat. So she's going to take that circle and lie down and put it between her ankles, and she's jumping right into the breathing 100s because she is super strong and amazing. So she's going to curl the head and shoulders up, squeeze that circle, the legs are slightly spinning out and then squeezing. She's going to begin to pump those arms and breathe. So when she's inhaling into her back, it's getting nice and wide, and when she exhales, it's going to deepen down in towards that belly. Now, if you want even more challenge, every time you exhale, you can lower the legs down a smidge, but that's completely up to you because with that circle, it is hard, and you want all of the work to stay in those abdominals. You're doing 10 full cycles of your breathing pattern, inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5, reaching those fingertips all the way to the edge of the mat so those shoulder blades are sliding down. At the end of that, she's going to bend the knees into the chest, take the circle in between the hands, and lengthen all the way out, legs on the mat for the roll up. So legs go straight, the heels are together, and the arms go all the way over the head. So the ribs are staying nice and closed down into those hips. She's going to inhale, bring the arms up to the sky, and curl up one bone at a time. And she's going to dive her head through those arms and stretch all the way over past those feet. And the abdominals bring the spine all the way back. She does a great job of keeping the shoulders into the spine and then reaching those arms up and overhead. And inhale, those arms come up. She's going to exhale, bend the spine and curl and dive through those arms, stretching all the way over those feet and then rolling back nice and slow. Abdominals draw down and curl everything and reach those arms overhead. And she does 3 more. Inhale to come up, exhale, curl into the center and stretch all the way over those feet. And then rolling all the way back, nice and slow, and reaching those arms overhead. And then 2 more. Inhale, bringing the arms up, big curl into that center and stretch over those feet and rolling all the way back and all the way down. On this next one, she's going to stay up and forward and set up for single leg circles. So she's going to turn the circle and put it underneath one of her ankles. And then lying all the way down. The other leg is going to go up to the sky. So single leg circles with the circle underneath the ankle is really funky because you don't want to move the leg at all. So the leg presses down into the circle. This leg's going to reach up high to the sky. You're going to have to work a lot harder to keep the pelvis really nice and stable. She's going to cross her body, circle that leg around, and then scoop into the belly and come up to center and pause. So this leg is really reaching out nice and long. She crosses, circles, and exhale up to center. And she's going to do 1 more in this direction. Inhale around and exhale to center. Then she reverses it. So she opens, take it down, across and center. You use those arms into the mat. So you're pressing from your fingertips across your shoulder blades down to the other fingertip into the mat. So the shoulder blades and the arms help you with your stability. After the last one, she's just going to hug that knee into her chest. I'm going to help her switch her circle around. We'll take the other one down, and the other leg goes up to the sky. So again, arms pressed down, abs scoop in. You're going to cross that circle. It circles all the way around and exhales and comes to center and pause. This leg really wants to reach out nice and long and press down at the same time. So you're getting that hamstring to connect. You don't want to overly contract the quad. And then reverse the direction of that circle. Exhaling to lift. And then 1 more time. I'll help her get the circle. So hugging that knee into the chest, I'm going to take the circle. She's going to sit all the way up and roll like a ball. So circle's going to go between the hands. It's going to go right in front of the shins. And lift the feet up, find a balance, and hold. So shoulder blades are connected into the back, as you can see. She's got a lot of connection underneath the lats. She's going to draw her chin to her chest. Ideally, you're going to try eventually to get that nose in between the knees, but with the circle, again, that adds a huge challenge component. So she's going to inhale, roll back to the center of the shoulder blades, hips lift, and then come up and find your balance. Inhale, she rolls back, hips lift, stomach scoops in, and she finds her balance. Again, inhale to curl back, hips lift, and come up to balance. Inhale, roll back, hips lift, and balance. 2 more. And balance. The last one. And balance. She's going to lie on the back. We're going to go into 2 of the abdominal series. So lower lift. The legs go straight up to the sky. And the circle is going to go in between the ankles. So on this one, you can sit on your hands. You can take your hands behind your head and curl all the way up. Or you can keep your head down with the hands underneath your hips. So head and shoulders are going to come off the mat for her. Ribs are sinking down in towards those hips. The elbows stay behind the ears. Give a good squeeze to that circle. You're going to inhale, lower those legs down as far as you can take them without those abdominals pooching to the sky. And then on the exhale, bring the legs right back up and pause. Inhale, the legs reach out and down. And exhale, those abdominals pull back in. Inhale, the legs are gonna reach out and down. Exhale, everything comes back up to center. Inhale to reach out and down. Exhale up to center. We're gonna do one more time so that her abdominals do not pop out of her body. And then bend the knees and come all the way in. Take the circle between the hands, and we're gonna do crisscross with the circle. Legs start a table, circle starts right above the shoulders, and we start with a little squeeze of the circle. She's gonna curl up and bring the circle to the outside of the right shin as the left leg stretches out, and hold it, and then come back to center with her inhale. Exhale, goes up and over to the other side, big lift, and then come back to center. Exhale, up and over, and back to center. Exhale, up and over, and back to center. Two more. Exhale, up and over, and back to center. And last one, exhale, up and over, and back to center. She can rock herself all the way up. She's gonna go to spine stretch forward. So spinning the circle, one part of the padded part will be on the ground. Legs are about as wide as your mat, so you can separate the feet a little bit more. Hands are on top of the circle, stacked, sitting nice and tall. So spine stretch with the magic circle is a lot about shoulder engagement as well as abdominal engagement. She's gonna draw her chin to her chest and exhale as she presses that circle down, belly deepens in, and then rolling back up and lift the chin. Again, exhale, you're gonna curl and scoop the belly in, big press down through the circle, and then lifting up nice and tall. And again, exhaling as she curls and presses and presses and presses and presses, and inhale, lift up nice and tall. And last one, exhale, she's gonna scoop into that low belly, the head drops, the shoulders engage, and then lift up, the head stacks really nicely on top of the spine. Okay, she's gonna attempt open leg rocker. So your circle is gonna go in between the ankles. You're gonna hold underneath the knees and lift those legs up to a V. Those abdominals are scooped, so those legs are spinning and squeezing. She's going to roll back to the center of the shoulder blades, only lift the hips, come up and balance, dun dun dun. And inhale, scoop into the belly, roll back, hips lift, and come up and balance. Good. Trying to keep those legs up, squeezing in the circle. Roll in on back, inhale, scoop. Come up, shoot those feet to the sky. Yep, inhale, curling back. The chest is gonna lift, the toes reach. Last one, curling back. Lifting tall and hold it. Good save. And then lying on your back, and then the legs are gonna go up to the sky with the circle. So you're gonna go to corkscrew with this sucker. So the legs are squeezing together, the arms are down at your sides. So if you need a break, just take the circle out and rest for a second. But corkscrew, you're gonna circle to the right, the legs go all the way around and come to center and pause. And then she's gonna circle the other way with the legs. Now you can take these circles bigger and bigger and bigger until you find your challenge point that works for you. So if you wanna lift those hips, take that circle all the way down to the ground and around, more power to you. But those abdominals wanna stay engaged. We don't want the spine to be rocking and rolling everywhere. Everything stays in control. So remember, it's better to stay small and in control than big and wild. One more. And center. Good. She's going to bend the knees into her chest. And go ahead and take the circle to the side. Sit on up. Turn around and lie on the abdominals. We're going to go to single leg kick with the circle. So her forehead's going to go under the hands. You're gonna take the circle. You can do this on your own, though it's a little bit challenging. Circle's right at the smile of the bum, and she's gonna take the circle with the heel. So knees are gonna try to come in towards each other so they're lined up a little bit better in the pelvis. And then she's gonna just squeeze that circle with the exhale and hold it. Abdominals staying in, pelvis stays down, and release. And again, big squeeze and hold, and release. And again, she's gonna squeeze it in, trying not to cramp in the hamstring. Abdominals are lifting in. Two more on this side, big squeeze, and release. And last one, big squeeze, and release. And we're gonna change sides, so I'm gonna help her out. Circle's gonna go into the smile of the bum, abs lifting, and then squeezing in, and release, good. And again, she's gonna squeeze, getting that nice squeeze in that hamstring, and release. 3 more. You feel your booty in your hamstring? Mm-hmm. And 2 more. She's got a last shake, and that's good. All those little muscles are waking up. And last one. Good, and then release. Okay, so sit back on your heels for a second, just stretch out the back. So curling that tailbone underneath her, letting the head relax. She can even flip the palms up to the ceiling so she gets a lot of stretch through the shoulder blades. Okay, so go ahead and line your side. Let's take side leg series with the magic circle. So she's gonna line up from the head to the hips, just like normal with the circle. The bottom foot's gonna come to the inside of it. Top foot goes right on top. So the leg turns out just a hair, and then lengthening out through the head. So she's gonna look straight ahead. On the inhale, this leg presses straight down, and she's gonna feel those inner thighs a lot. And then this leg comes back up. And again, she inhales and squeezes it down and hold and come back up. Good. And again, it squeezes down and holds and comes back up. And 2 more. Big squeeze down, big lift up, and last one, press it down and lift it up. Now this top leg's gonna go underneath, reaching out, and now it's gonna push straight up to the sky, big squeeze in the outside of the hip, and then it releases down a little. And then again, it's gonna push straight up, big squeeze in the outside of that hip and back down. And a big squeeze up and back down, and 2 more, big squeeze up and down, and a big squeeze up and back down. Now she takes that circle, or the leg, back on top of the circle, rocks it back, the bottom foot's gonna come underneath, and we're gonna stack the legs. So those legs reach out really nice and long. The circle's gonna squeeze, abs pull in. She's gonna try to lift both those legs off the mat, hold, and then back down. And again, squeezing into that side waist, holding, and back down. Good. Again, big lift up and down. And one more time, big lift up and back down. Okay, so flipping sides. Go ahead and just flip your head to the other end of the mat. And we'll do all of that again on this side. So the bottom foot comes underneath, top foot comes right on top. Okay, so again, just make sure you're lined up from the head to the hips as abdominals are drawing in. She's gonna squeeze this top leg straight down and hold it, and then it floats back up. And again, squeezing down to hold, and back up. Squeezing down to hold, and back up, and then one more time. And then that top foot's gonna go underneath the top of the circle, and she's gonna squeeze in the outside of the glute and push straight up to the ceiling and hold, and it goes back down. She'll take 5 of these. You feel your booty?
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 more. Okay, so now she takes the circle, the foot out of the circle, rocks it back. The bottom foot's gonna come out of the circle, go underneath. Everything stacks and squeezes. And then both legs are gonna scoop in and lift up, and then back down. And again, those legs are gonna come up and hold, and back down. They lift up and hold, and back down, and 2 more, and back down. Last one here, they lift up, and back down. Good, she's gonna line her back. We're gonna try teaser with the circle. So, hands are gonna hold on to that circle. She's gonna lie all the way down, squeezing the heels together, and then just trying to roll all the way up into this beautiful teaser. Everything lifts up tall, stay, and then those abdominals are gonna draw her spine back down and stretch it all the way out. And again, she's gonna curl right up into the center, floating those legs up and hold, and then she floats all the way back down. Nice. I'm gonna try one more. So curling on up, scooping into that center, reaching up through those feet, and then rolling all the way down. Good. So just roll all the way up with the circle. So she's gonna go back to rolling like a ball and try to roll so much that then she can rock forward, cross her feet, and stand up. Good luck with it. And then you're gonna roll back, hips lift. And then when you want to, cross stand. Lovely. And then she's just gonna keep this circle. You can bend your knees and just roll down. She's gonna roll down one bone at a time just to relax the spine, keeping the knees soft and hold. And then just let the arms circle. Just like somebody barely hit them. And then reverse direction. And then she comes all the way up.